Hi, and welcome to SheinCuisine. It's December 19th. It's pretty brisk outside right about now. We're heading out to do a bit of shopping. Going to try and avoid the malls because it's just going to be a plain, ordinary disaster out there. So we're going to hit the grocery store, pick up some Brussels sprouts, some beef short ribs, no matter how much they're charging for them, and we're going to cook them up in the microwave. It's going to be simple, it's fast. You can eat it out of the same container if you want, and we will be back shortly. Welcome to SheinCuisine. Today it's going to be another easy microwave dish. It's Brussels sprouts with beef short ribs and a lot of garlic, of course. Brussels sprouts are one of those vegetables that you either love them or you hate them. I know my daughter hates them, and my wife and myself, we love them. So typically the meal is made or was made when she wasn't home for dinner. Anyways, obviously she won't be here today for dinner, so it's going to be Brussels sprouts, lots of them. Anyways, we're going to get started, and the first thing we have to do is clean the Brussels sprouts. I'm not going to put you through 10,000 Brussels sprouts and how to clean them, but the way we do them is just cut the end off, slice them in half because, well, in the past there have been incidents where you bite into a full Brussels sprout and you find something inside that really shouldn't be there. Anyways, if you slice them like this, you won't have any issues. Okay, so I'm just going to keep doing these until we have a massive pile of cleaned, halved Brussels sprouts, and then we'll come back and show you what to do next. That took some time, but in the end, we've got sliced up Brussels sprouts, and I've just put them in a bowl. What I'm going to do while I'm cutting the beef, I'm going to soak these into just hot water, and it's just tap water. I'm just going to put enough water in so that it covers the Brussels sprouts, and I'm going to let them soak up as much water as they can. And it's going to look just like that. All right, the next thing to do is cut up the beef short ribs. And when you get them, they typically look like this. They're called beef simmering ribs, I believe. They're usually very expensive, considering you're buying mostly bone, but they taste good. And we're just going to slice these up. These ones are a pretty nice size. Sometimes you'll get them and they'll be much wider this way. In cases like that, what I'll do is I'll slice them in between the bone and then slice them again along the bone, edge of the bones, and that way you'll have pieces that aren't huge hunks and they'll cook easier and more thoroughly. So I'm going to slice these up and just put them off to the side. And again, I won't let you sit and waste your time watching me cut meat. I'm gonna go and do it off camera. So anyways, something like this, that size. You could, if you want, slice it this way and leave a piece of meat like that. So we can do that to these ones here. It means it's gonna cook better and possibly quicker. Now, I put out probably more than I would normally cook. So the bowl I'm going to have to use cooking is going to be larger than usual, and cooking time is going to be a bit longer as well. But we will come back once I've cut all these ribs up, and I'll show you the next step. We are back, and we finished slicing up the short ribs, and we're ready to move to the next step. So we've been at this up until this point soaking our Brussels sprouts in hot water. And all we're going to do is just do a really quick drain on these. Nothing fancy, you don't need to dirty a colander or anything like that. Just use your hand, hold them in the bowl. You don't need to get every little drop of water out because you're going to be adding water to this later on anyway. So, take the Brussels sprouts. All you're going to do is toss in the short ribs like this. This is going to make a ton. But again, this is one of those meals that garlic works out great as a leftover dish as well. So we need garlic, just like every other meal we have. We have to have a ton of garlic in it. So we're going to smash up some garlic. And then chop it up. And just put it on top. So we put the minced up garlic on top of the beef, and we're going to add some soy sauce on top. You want to get a fairly good coating on these. So it's going to coat both the Brussels sprouts and the beef short ribs at the same time. Give those a bit of a stir. And looking at this, it's going to need some more soy sauce from what I can see. That looks pretty good. We'll add some salt, not too much, and pepper. When I used to make this when I was living on my own and just worrying about feeding myself, I would put crushed chili peppers in it. I would put a lot of crushed chili peppers in it. It would be really hot. But what I do now is I cook it like this without the chili peppers, and I add them in later on my own dish. Seems to keep everybody happy. It's amazing that not everybody likes screaming hot food, but to each his own. Okay, so we've done that. It's pretty much coated now with soy sauce. We're going to add a little bit of flour on it. Stir it around again. Get everything coated up. And that looks pretty good. Okay, we take that. We're going to transfer this to the larger than planned bowl, because we really didn't plan to do it like this. And I don't have a lid for this particular casserole dish. Maybe Santa will bring me one. Something that will fit in the microwave and still allow it to turn, yet put a lid on. I was going to use a smaller one, but this would have never fit. So what we're going to do, just spread it around, try and get it to be an even layer, like that. We're going to add a bit of liquid in it. And what better liquid to use than just like that. It's probably maybe not even a quarter cup of fluid. We're going to just swish it around inside the bowl that we use, so it's got a bit of flour in it, it's got a bit of the soy sauce, and just put it in like that. We need a lid on this. Since we don't have a lid, we're going to use plastic wrap. And I hate this stuff, but we might do well with it today, and looks like it's going to work out well. I'm going to stretch it across, and then we're going to throw it in the microwave, and we're going to do it in, I normally do it in 10-minute shots. Every 10 minutes, take it out, turn it, put a new piece of plastic on it, put it back in, 10 minutes again. Probably this amount is going to probably take, I would say, 30 minutes, 35 minutes. And what we're going to do is we're going to cook it until the ribs are cooked and the Brussels sprouts are soft. So we're going to put them in, and I'm not going to show you how to turn these over every 10 minutes. What I'll do is I'll put a timer on, and I'll let you know how long it took. All right, thank you, and stay tuned. We're back, And it took 20 minutes on high in my microwave. And then I took the covering off and nuked it again for another 10 minutes. And it's looking pretty good right now. The Brussels sprouts are soft. They're not hard like little bullets. And we're going to put this on a plate and dig in. So, again, it's Brussels sprouts with beef short ribs with lots of garlic, cooked in a microwave. Very simple, very easy. Enjoy it.